Greetings, this is Christian Alexander Nakasone Richmond, Nakasone Neo, and welcome to the explanation analysis video, including my reaction to Dynasty Warriors 3, Complete Edition Remastered for PS5, etc. Well, let's go back into the roots of the history of Dynasty Warriors 3. In Japan, this is called Shin Sangoku Musou 2. Now, if we go back to PlayStation 1, we have Dynasty Warriors 1. However, why do we have Shin Sangoku Musou? Why do we have Dynasty Warriors 2, 3? Well, 1 is very different. It's more like a Soul Calibur-esque virtual fighter type system, okay? It's a combat fighting game with weapons. However, as we all know and love today, Dynasty Warriors is all about the hack and slash 1 versus 100 now versus 1,000. So, the Shin part marks the real start of the Musou style gameplay that we all love and adore. Now the expansion Xtreme Legends corresponds to Musou, this is where we have a whole host of new features which was not present in Dynasty Warriors 2. So when you see Shin Sangoku Musou 2 and Shin Sangoku Musou 2 Musou, they correspond roughly to Dynasty Warriors 3 and Xtreme Legends. Now, let's get into a little bit of the features of the original first before going into the new. Now, if we look at the features, well, with Xtreme Legends, there's a variety of content on top of the base game. But, of course, this is where we have the mixed joy kind of feature where you have to go put in the disc of the vanilla game, which is just the basic Dynasty Warriors 3 title, just as this was repeated in Dynasty Warriors 4, 5, etc. Now, the features that were added in Xtreme Legends for 3 are the additional playable other characters in Musou Mode that are not affiliated with Wei Wu Shu, as in Lu Bu, Zhang Jiao, Dong Zhuo, Yuan Shao, Meng Huo, Zhu Rong, and Diao Qian. They all gain a special Musou Mode in this expansion. Now, there's also 5th level weapons. So each character can obtain a 5th weapon tier beyond what is in the base game. This is solely due to Xtreme Legends. Now there was also a difficulty level added. This added beginner and expert difficulty tiers, plus new items, rare items. More items became available, including red items, rare ones under certain stage conditions. Furthermore, there's challenge modes, additional challenge types like time combos, etc. There's also the bodyguard editing, which I'm looking forward to in the remake, the remaster I should say. So this expansion allows editing one's bodyguard support units, including using other playable characters as guards. Now, I've seen some videos of all the bodyguards being Lu Bu. Let's see if we can replicate that in the remaster. Alright, so there is one important caveat. The expansion on its own did not include the base game content. So a little bit into my history, my intro to Dynasty Warriors. My first title was Dynasty Warriors 4 Xtreme Legends. Looked at the front, I saw Lu Bu's weapon, I thought that looked so cool. This is Chinese history, I love history. At the time I was a young 8-year-old boy or whatever. And then I saw on the back, oh, there's Xiaohou Dun, Xiaohou Yuan, hack and slash, okay, it's interesting. I bought it. And then I was like, oh, I like what I can play, but oh, there's more to it with the mixed joy where you have to put in Dynasty Warriors 4. I pressed that and I didn't have the game. So I only have very limited experience actually with Dynasty Warriors 4, which is something I did later on over the years, and of course with the PSP entry, etc. Now, furthermore, if we look at the weapon properties and balancing and extras, some Japanese language sources noted that with Musou, additional weapon property types like the wind attributes, light attributes were added. If we look at another point here, there was one user in a Q&A in Japanese claims that the only difference between the original and Musou is the addition of the 5th weapons. The game systems, the graphics, they're all the same. There's no overhaul in the Japanese version, international version. Next, we have the bundling and package version. So in Japan, there was a premium pack that included both the original Dynasty Warriors 3 and the Xtreme Legends upon release. Now it's time to go into the meat of the Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remaster. I haven't gone over the website yet. I'm curious what it will show. As you've already seen in my reaction video, I'm so pumped, I'm so happy. But let's dive into this. Okay. I like the website, how that transitions from the original to the remastered version. Nice, nice, nice. I will say that Lu Bu's face, I haven't played Origins, I have the Treasure Box Edition. His design, yeah, great, I love this return to form. I've been curious why they made such a drastic facial overhaul regarding Lu Bu from 6 onward. His faces from 2, 3, 4, and 5, great. So I'm curious why they wanted to go this more, how do I say, aggressive, maybe stereotypically manly, chiseled. Nevertheless, great, fantastic. Okay, so we see this March 19, 2026, Warrior Worth 1000 Reforged. Give me Origin level masses of armies. I need to go destroy them, and I like some of the changes that we've seen with the gameplay mechanics. About Dynasty Warriors 3 and Dynasty Warriors 3 Xtreme Legends, which established the foundation of the entire series, returns in striking modern detail, aim for the peak of 1 versus 1000 action in this even more thrilling revival. Okay, let's see. I really hope the scores of enemies are not limited to what we had, for example, in Dynasty Warriors 9, 8, etc. I prefer really Origin level type hordes of enemies, seriously, but we'll see. Here we can see the visual beautifully evolved and realistic graphics. Using Unreal Engine 5, we have recreated the officers and battlefields of Dynasty Warriors 3 in beautiful detail. Enjoy battles that are still beloved to this day. Let's look at these screenshots. Again, I haven't played Origins, so I'm not sure whether assets are being taken from Origins, if not from Dynasty Warriors 9. I hope the assets are not copied and pasted from Dynasty Warriors 9, which was a total travesty of a game like 6. Although so far so good, I'm a fan that they're using Unreal Engine 5, like Tekken 8. Okay, this is all pretty nice, pretty nice. I'm looking at the detail of Lu Bu in this screenshot here. It looks beautiful. Very curious about what kind of texture is used in that red section of his shoulder armor, his chest plate, etc. I will mention though, and this seems to be a huge problem all the time with Tecmo Koei, which I have no understanding why. If we look, for example, at the red hairs right here, which you can see on the left side here, right? You can see that the edges are jagged. Why? This is PlayStation 5. I don't understand why there's still these kind of difficulties making something just smooth and rounded. Like, it's not impossible to do. Maybe someone can explain some of the topological kind of difficulties with 3D design, but I have also been involved with 3D design, etc. I'm not sure why there's always this difficulty with any kind of rounded has to be jagged in Tecmo Koei games, at least for the Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi series. Okay, next we have Blue Shun. I like this. This is Churbi, I infer, but who knows? Unless I'm tripping and this is Yi Ling. Somebody correct me. I didn't play Dynasty Warriors 3, so I have no connection to the scene. Blue Shun. Now, I hope that there is an alternate costume where you can take your head off. When I was first playing Dynasty Warriors, I really didn't like costumes that had these kind of more Chinese hats. I wanted to take them off because I like hair being down, and when I was younger, I did have long hair like this, so I wanted that. No matter, I'm a fan. Pretty good. And then we have the Chinese Jesus-looking figure, as it were. The Dynasty Warriors 3 voice acting is so crazy. I wonder if I'll throw a clip in here. If I will, look now.
You challenge me with trickery? I don't believe in magic! Onward!
Really, out of this world, and just like the yellow turbans are. Oh, fun fact about the yellow turbans. Historically, there was something so crazy I learned when I was going to university. As you do know, I am a history professor, samurai descendant, etc., but on the topic of China, the yellow turbans, they had to basically mutilate themselves. Which was really, really odd, if I recall correctly. Somebody, feel free to comment your ideas, your responses, or whatever to this fun fact. But I remember my professor telling this during the lecture. I'm like, why would anybody want to be a yellow turban? I have no idea.
No, the yellow turbans required no such mutilation. A few earlier scholars steeped in Orientalist fancy wrongly imagined it, likely by conflating Han eunuch practices with the sect's millenarian rites, or by repeating the old trope that rebel cults must dabble in lurid blood rituals. The actual Han sources, Ho Hanshu chiefly, say nothing of the sort.
Zhang Jiao just looks like Zhang Jiao. It's fine, whatever. Although I never was a fan of his moveset from the original Warrior series. Hopefully they really intensify and expand his capabilities. Don't make the moveset dull. I would like more flashy, really overwhelming types of powers that are magical, since he's that type of character in this game. We'll see though. Okay, the action part. So there's beautiful and exhilarating action. While recreating the movement of the original game, the action system of Dynasty Warriors 3 has evolved to create an even more exhilarating experience. Enjoy a fresh take on 1 vs 1000, where tradition and innovation intertwine. Okay, Zhao Yun seems very, very obliterative regarding who he's facing. Oh, fun fact, quick aside on the weapons. I love that they have the original weapons. It's a soft spot in my heart. Although I will say that with Lu Bu's weapon, his halberd, I'm curious why. If there's a difference between 3 and 4's halberd, let me know in the comments below. But I remember in the cutscene for 4, where he's in the palace with Dong Zhuo and there's Diao Chan, he's standing guard or whatever. On his handle, there are these kind of green and yellow designs, almost like these rectangular shapes with the gold outline. And that's not here. His handle's just brown or whatever, so I wonder whether in the context they do a 4 remastered, would they change his handle or not? Because for me, those little subtle details are great. I only bring this up because Zhao Yun's spear has those fine details on the handle, and I love that. Okay, the screenshot's pretty nice, but I do see that they were using, seemingly reusing assets from the previous games like 9, I'm not sure if Origins as well, but those costumes of the soldiers, of the non-playable character, kind of generic officers, that's not from the original 3. Sun Shenzhen is nice. Okay, that's fine. The textures seem basic on the foot. It's okay though. Alright. Naruto? Yeah, this is confirmation. His handle is just brown. I love how they do make the dragon spiraling along though. That's a nice touch. Of course, I always did want to play what was shown in the CG cutscenes back in the day. Regarding the combat, seems very over the top, and that's great. I love that. I do want something more analogous to what, if you know, Dynasty Warriors 5's opening. Well, at the end, what happens with Zhao Yun, there's that. I want something like that. I've always thought that's so dope, and finally we have the technology, the capabilities to do this, so why not do this here? Finally, on the About Dynasty Warriors 3 and Dynasty Warriors 3 Xtreme Legends, play as more than 40 different officers in the world of the 3 kingdoms, taking on thrilling and tactical battles of 1 versus 1,000 across vast battlefields. Dynasty Warriors 3 was the first game in the Dynasty Warriors series to feature mechanics that would become a mainstay for the series, such as true Musou attacks. True Musou attacks, when your HP bar is down to the red, okay, you can go have that fiery Musou attack with a little bit more throughout the series. 2-player simultaneous play, so okay, we got couch co-op and online. I like that. And the officer development system. It was also the first game in the series to sell more than 1 million copies. The Dynasty Warriors 3 Xtreme Legends' expansion featured new stories for 7 officers, including Lu Bu, Men Huo, and Yuan Shao, as well as bodyguard customization, new weapons, and 4 types of challenge modes, providing even more gameplay to enjoy. Okay, great. And so we have it. This will be available for PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. Okay, hold up a moment. Nintendo Switch, really? I hope this doesn't have that Mortal Kombat 1 severe lack in graphical processing. Hopefully everyone's able to enjoy. Yet, I am not confident this is the case, because I do recall how Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires performs on the Switch, right? That's total crap. Unfortunately, that's very, very lackluster and wanting more. Okay. Oh, yes! Okay, hold up. Fantastic. Okay. So, the languages, we have English, Japanese, Mandarin, Chinese. Dope. I'm definitely playing in Japanese and Chinese. Also, an aside, some of the voice acting, especially 9, is some of the most horrendous voice acting I've ever heard in my life. Basically sounds like the same people. Okay. Especially for all the male characters. So hopefully AI will be able to remedy this ailment. That is, severely underserving games that could be so much more with additional emotional fervor, realness, etc. Just replicate the Japanese sounds and make the English, make the Chinese, etc. with AI. So many people hate AI, I understand. We can have a discussion down below. The characters we are going to have in this game will be, for Shu,
Zhao Yun, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Zhuge Liang, Liu Bei, Ma Chao, Huang Zhong, Zhang Wei, Wei Yan,
okay, so
Ping
we have 10
Tong.
there. For Wei,
Shao Houdun, Yan Wei, Xu Zhu, Cao Cao, Shao Houyuan, Zhang Liao, Sima Yi, Xu Huang, Zhang He, Zhen Ji.
10 there. For Wu, we have more than 10 actually. We have 12. We have
Zhou Yu, Lu Xun, Tai Shi Ci, Sun Shangzhang, Sun Jian, Sun Quan, Liu Meng, Gan Ning, Huang Gai, Sun Ce, Da Qiao, Shao Chao.
right? Okay, not bad. But then for the other side, we have
Diao Chan, Lu Bu, Dong Zhuo, Yuan Shao, Zhang Zhao, Men
but of
Huo,
course we have more than just that.
Zhu
We have
Rong.
Fushi, Nuwa, but the Fushi here, the Nuwa here are not the Warriors Orochi iterations, and actually, positive or negative, we never received the original outfits from their Dynasty Warrior 3 counterparts. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, just to add something for the end of this video, I'm looking at the PlayStation blog regarding the complete edition, what Tecmo Koei has to say about this. Sho Tomohiko, the Origins producer and head of Omega Force, Koei Tecmo Games. Okay, yes, this is a fan favorite. Yeah, we can see that here. Wait, what does this part mean right here? Please be sure to watch the announcement trailer all the way through. Those who have played the most recent series title may notice something interesting. We look forward to sharing more updates with you soon. Am I missing something about Origins? I need to play that game. I know I need to. I'm gonna start streaming and do that, but what am I missing? Is there something else I'm missing? I'm checking right now. I rewatched the trailer and there's really nothing new, honestly. How do I say? Let me know in the comments below, did I miss something? Because I didn't play Origins. I played 9, played Empires, etc. Yeah. Just, again, the weapons from the originals, that's going to be here, so there's nothing different there. Visually, everything is just an updated version, so I'm curious, what am I missing? Does it have to do with the red kind of whatever at the end? That reminds me of Zhou Yu, unless this is what the guy Liao Hua I infer it's Liao Hua for Origins. Tell me otherwise, okay? Anyways, everyone, thank you for watching this Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered video with some analysis, a little news sharing. I'll keep up to date with everything that is Dynasty Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered related. Now, I hope all of you have a great rest of your day, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Late.